Hello everyone, welcome back or to my channel. So this is going to be a VR. I have been trying to find the time to do this, and I finally have it. So this is a VR to Spirited Stardust, but I originally seen it first by Amethyst Ascension. So this is the tag is Mid-Year Tarot Check-In, and it has 10 questions. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first question is, favorite deck you've used so far in 2023? Okay, so besides for my soul deck, and I'll get to that later because it comes up, I had to cheat and I had to go with two different decks here. They're both new and they've been like my favorites. So first off, we have Oak, Ash, and Thorn. And I just cannot say enough about this deck. It is just so beautiful. So, I don't know. It's like my happy place, this deck is. It is just, it's beautiful. And I have never, ever been one to, like animals on my tarot decks. I never minded on my oracles, but when it comes to my tarot, I did not prefer to have animals. Something about this deck, it completely changed that. Look at how beautiful. Something about this deck just changed that completely. Look at this death card. It is just so beautiful, and this is one of the very few decks that I've ever, well, I get feelings off decks, but this deck, when I use it, I don't know. It's just I get like the butterflies in the tummy, and just this overwhelming feeling. It's like my little happy place. It's such a happy deck, but it gets its point across as well. I mean, look. So gorgeous. If you hear creaky and cracky, it's my computer chair. It is it's my office computer chair, and it's like it's time for a new one, but it's just so pretty and comfortable. And then the Gilded Reverie Lenormand. I have gotten into Lenormand big time this year, so I couldn't help but to add this in because it's one of my favorite decks that I've used this year. I looked at my shelf and there's a lot of them on there, and I chose the first two that I felt were favorites this year so far. But yes, I've gotten into the Lenormand big time. It's just so beautiful. Pretty. Okay, so that was, well, those were my favorite decks of 2023. Question number 2, a new deck that came into your collection this year. Many. But this one I just have to boast about, the Solitary Witch. This deck is, oh, so gorgeous. The Solitary Witch Oracle. I use this deck to pull a card each week on my working altar. I mean, just look. The witch shows her daughter the moon. I mean, it is absolutely beautiful. Every witch, I feel, has just got to have this deck, even if you're not a witch. But look, I mean, it is gorgeous. The Blessing and the Banishing Candle. The Healing Tree at Litha. Spells of Rose and Cocoa. The Milk of the Mother's Flow. Of the Mother Flows. Let me get that right. Yes, the Milk of the Mother Flows. The Crone in Winter. There are other conversations, and it's just so beautiful. It feels so nice. It's just gorgeous. And the Gathering. Look closer. She is not lonely. She's got that owl up there. The Releasement. The Maiden, the Mother, the Crone. Her Little Cauldron. And Spells from the Heart. And the one I have on my altar this week is The Witch's House. So that was one of very many decks that have came into my collection this year. Question number 3 is most anticipated deck release this year. So I don't have it yet because it's not out, but it is the Cozy Witch Tarot deck. This comes out in October, and I don't know what I have her Believe in Your Own Magic. She's the same creator who created Believe in Your Own Magic, Amanda Lovelace. And I don't know, ever since I first spotted this, I really just cannot wait. I'm just hoping that the cards aren't humongous. So that's my most anticipated deck. Question number 4, biggest disappointment. Okay, and a lot of people are probably going to be like, are you serious? But yes, I am. My biggest disappointment, and this was one of my most anticipated, if I would have had to have chosen, and this deck would have been everything that I thought it would have been, but this is the biggest disappointment. Tarot of the Witch's Garden. The book is lovely. It's absolutely lovely. But we want the cards to be just as great, right? So, yes, many of these cards are beautiful. I don't mind the misprint with the Judgment card, and I think it's the Wheel of Fortune or whatever, or the Strength, or one of them, I don't know. I mean, this is all absolutely beautiful. My problem with the deck is when it comes right here to these court cards. The court cards just do not belong with this deck, in my humble opinion. I mean, look at the Five of Swords. I mean, everything else with this deck is great. This court card isn't bad. These ones here, I can't stand them. I can't stand them. And so I just can't pick it up, and I can't use it. I keep trying, but one of those flip up, and I fold the cards right up and put them back. I mean, look at this Three of Swords. It's everything Three of Swords. The Death card. Queen of Pentacles isn't horrible, but some of these court cards are just, I mean, this isn't awful, but I don't like it. I mean, like, what are these things? I mean, look at the ears, and they don't look like fairy ears, but either way, they don't go with this deck, in my opinion. I mean, the Queen of Swords is pretty. Look at the Eight of Pentacles, it's gorgeous. It's just these damn court cards like this too. I don't like it. I just don't like it. And it just throws me off. Now, when I first started reading tarot way back when, I could not stand court cards. So I would take them out. This too. I don't like this. That was the Knight of Swords. This. Here's another one of these things. I mean, and like, this is beautiful. Some of the cards are so gorgeous. Most of the cards are. I can't come to terms with these court cards. That one's not bad at all. And then beautiful Strength card. Oops. But yeah, here we go again. I mean, see this here, I don't like it. And then you have this, which is gorgeous. I mean, I could see, and here we go again. This is a Nine of Cups. It's not even a court card. It's got one of these things in it. I don't know what they are. They don't fit the deck. I mean, great, yes, if they were in a deck themed with these types of characters. But you've got all these beautiful cards. I mean, Queen of Wands is great. And then you get, I mean, look, they don't go. They just do not go with this deck. The King of Pentacles. I mean, look, they don't go. They just, the Ace of Cups, look how pretty. And then the Sun. I mean, and I can't get past it. That's too many cards to, how many do we got here? Yeah, all those cards, I don't like them. I mean, sometimes we'll get a deck, you know, and be like, ah, that one card, I can't stand it, but it's okay. The rest of the deck makes up for it. That's way too many cards. So yes, this, and I could not wait. I could not wait. I was so excited to get this. There were no flip throughs of it. And then I got it home. Well, it arrived, and I looked through there, and I was just like, oh my goodness, so disappointed. Anyway, then we have question number 5 is the biggest surprise. I would have to say none other than the Yuletide Tarot. I just got this one just like a week or so ago, I believe. And it, you know, it's my first Christmas deck. And what other deck would fit this question, you know, surprise, other than a Christmassy deck? I can't wait to be able to use this. Deck. It's just, it's really, really pretty. It's a little confusing because they have changed a lot of the names. Like this is Temperance. Renamed Balance. Justice stays the same. This little guy got a lump of coal. Look at this. 9 of Good Cheer. This is the 9 of Cups. How beautiful, right? The Queen of Swords. I mean, it is... Oh, it feels so homey and cozy and Christmassy, so I can't wait for the, you know, the snow to start falling, because that's when I'm gonna start using this deck. I just can't wait. Look at this, the Wheel of the Year, Ace of Candles, so beautiful. The candles are wands. Here we have the Strength card, Queen of Good Cheer, Cups, Queen of Cups, the Mistletoe for the Lovers. And isn't it interesting how we have this hand coming out as if to take away the mistletoe? Are they taking away the mistletoe, or have they just planted the mistletoe and their hand is moving away? I probably should have looked in the book about that, but I haven't yet. I'm kind of still, you know, holding off for winter time. It is going to be so nice to have a winter deck. I've always wanted the, what's the name of it? The Rider-Waite one. I can't think of the name. 9 of Canes, 9 of Swords. I can't think of the name of it. But there's a Christmas Waite. I think that might be what it's called, the Christmas Waite. I don't know, I'm not sure. Always wanted it, but I could never find it. It was never available anytime I ever went to search for it. So I am more than happy now that I have this one Christmassy deck. So that was my biggest surprise. And then for question number 6, deck crush. So I have to say my deck crush is my Light Seers. My Light Seers is my soul deck. I mean, this isn't going to be any surprise to anybody, but this is my soul deck. This is the deck, no matter how many decks I get, I still reach for this one. Oh, got to do a client reading. There I go, I grab it. It's just, what can we say about the Light Seers, you know? and it's such a sturdy deck. I have used the bejeezers out of this deck. I was so lucky to get a very thick copy when this mass market edition was first released, and then I went on to get a replacement just to have, and there's a very big difference in the card quality and thickness. This one, it was my first copy, and it's the one I use. Both ordered from Chris Ann's website, so they're both authentic. And I just got my second copy of the Light Seers this year. I figured, well, I might as well grab a backup copy just in case, you know, just to have. I thought I was going to get this nice thickness, but I didn't. It's more standard cardstock. This cardstock is very thick. It took me a couple years before I could riffle shuffle this way with it. That's how stiff it was. And I'm not gonna shuffle because I keep my cards star on top, sun on bottom. So yes, that was that is my Light Seers, and also my soul deck, my favorite deck ever. Okay, then we have number 7 is Deck That Made You Cry. It didn't make me cry, but it definitely made me oh and ooh and ah. Even my 9-year-old daughter came in while I was looking through it, and she's like, oh my gosh, Mommy, those are so cute. Why do they look so sad though? But Into the Lonely Woods. If a deck were to make me cry, it would probably be this one. I also got the other one, Gentle Creatures Wisdom deck. But this one I really, really love. This one I usually will draw a card and put one on my tarot reading space, which is where I'm at right now. They are meant for, you know, shadow work and whatnot. I mean, the title pretty much says it all. Into the Lonely Woods, from the below to the above. And the imagery is just, these little creatures are just, oh my goodness, you know. They're just so beautiful. Drink from your own well, water your own garden. The Littlest Blessing. Look how cute. And then we have the little ladybug. I just can't. Oh my goodness. Into the vastness of it all. Looky damn with his butterfly. This was how I was when I first opened the deck. So, like I said, if I were to cry over a deck, it would have been this one. The Truth Comes Softly. I mean, they're just so adorable. I just wanna hug them. And yet the path grows lighter. Your Little Island. Hope is like a hummingbird, and there's a little hummingbird there. Look at the tree. To watch over you. I mean, they even feel so nice. The backs are very pretty. Gifts of the Lonely Path. They're just, it's definitely one of my favorite decks of the year. This year, 2023, has had a lot of really nice releases. Time to move on. Death moves amongst us. A time to share between two worlds. And we have one of the creatures, and then appears to be human. And look, love forgives distance. So yes, this was This would have been my tearjerker if I would have cried. How beautiful is this? This one sat on my tarot altar for a good couple of weeks. There is no one, or there is one who watches over you. Sorry, I keep going out of the camera's view. So that was Into the Lonely Woods. So beautiful. And then we have, there goes my creaky old chair. Okay, question number 8. Deck that made you happy. I'm going to bring it back out. This was the deck that made me happy. Especially if we're talking about this year. The Oak, Ash, and Thorn. This is the one deck that sits on my tarot table. The rest of them are up on shelves and in cubbies. Even my Light Seers doesn't sit on my tarot table right, well, since I've gotten the Oak, Ash, and Thorn. This one sits over here to the right with a very large crystal on it, and it sits on top of the Woodland Wardens Oracle deck because they pair absolutely beautifully. So, yes, Oak, Ash, and Thorn makes me happy. I often just grab this deck when I'm sitting watching YouTube or whatever, and I bought this beautiful bag for it off Etsy. I'll be just on YouTube or whatever, and I'll pull the deck down and scroll through it, flip through it and stuff, just watching. Okay, number 9, most beautiful deck this year. So I had to go with the Unfolding Path Tarot. I think it came out this year. I don't know. I received it this year, so this is the indie version. I have the mass market. It's pre-ordered, and I'm hoping that the mass market cardstock will be different. I do not like this cardstock at all. That's why I don't use the deck very rarely. It's very flimsy. It's very bad in my opinion. So but the art is out of this world. It kind of, a lot of people say it gives you the Light Seers vibe. Not to me. I don't think any deck can compare to the Light Seers, but this deck is absolutely beautiful. So I'm really hoping they don't change too much for the mass market version, but I'm hoping we are getting thicker, glossy cards for it, because my problem with this deck is, I mean, look at this 6 of Swords, how beautiful. My problem is I can't get jumpers, and I am someone who goes off jumpers because the cards are just, they're very matte, and I mean, look how thin. I don't want to, you know, ruin it or anything, because I will probably sell this once I see how the mass market is. I mean, it's in perfect condition. I've used it very lightly, and this is the indie version, which is no longer in print. But as for beautiful, it is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I wish I could use it. It's just when it shuffles, it clumps together. I can't get jumpers out of it, so that's my thing about it. And my husband purchased this for me once it had already went out of print. So he paid a very good penny for this deck. He paid over $100 for it. So again, depending on how the mass market turns out, if it's all good, I will be selling this one. That Empress is so pretty. Gorgeous Hermit. But yeah, you can see just, I mean, they are really, really bad cardstock, which is really, I mean, I don't understand. I mean, look at how beautiful. I don't understand why a creator, even the backs, would create such a masterpiece, but then not, you know, put it on some stock that's gonna hold up to that masterpiece. You know what I mean? And you don't see really anybody using this deck. I mean, if you're a YouTuber, you're gonna see, but you don't see anybody really using this deck. And it's a shame because it's so beautiful. And I think that the reason that they don't use it is because of the cardstock is just awful. Look how beautiful. Why they wouldn't put it, you know, on something nice and sturdy. So I'm hoping and I'm thinking that the mass market will be nice and sturdy and thick and glossy. So question number 10, what deck do you want by the end of the year or are still waiting on? So there's a couple of them, and let me pull them up because I don't have them in my hands because they are not released yet. So I would like to just be able to show you guys. Okay, give me just a moment. So one of them is Tarot of the Longest Yard, or sorry, Tarot of the Longest Dream, and that is, oops, that is this one here. I really cannot wait for this one. This one comes out in November. My birthday is November 4th, so this will be a birthday present to me for sure. Tarot of the Longest Dream kit. So you know it's going to be one of the nice big boxes. Is this a Llewellyn production? I'm not sure. And then the other one is Tarot of Traditions. This one here. And this is all you get for pictures. They don't, you know, images. They don't give you nothing more. But those are my two main ones that I want by the end of the year. But they don't. This one too comes out November 9th, so that's going to be a great day. Even though I have a ton of them in on my wish list. So that was my tag of mid-year tarot check-in. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye.